Welcome students. In today's class, we will start with a new topic, that is power screws. Before starting the design of the same, let us first understand about what power screw is, its applications and some basics involved with it. Let us start. A power screw is a mechanical device used for converting rotary motion into linear motion. Power screws are also used to transmit power. Let us look at its application. The first application is power screws are used to raise the loads. For example, a screw jack. By means of a screw jack, we can use to lift the heavy loads. For example, when we want to change the tire of our car, we lift the car through screw jack. That means we raise the load. Second application is to obtain the accurate motion in machining operations. The example which can justify this statement is the lead screw of the lathe machine. Third application is to clamp a workpiece. In machine shop or workshop, you might have used C-clamps. These clamps are nothing but your power screws. Next application is to load a specimen. For example, while performing the loading of the specimens are done through the beds which are mounted on power screws. Let us move to the advantages of the power screws. The first advantage is a power screw has larger load carrying capacity. Second advantage, it is very much compact in construction. You must have seen the jack which we use to lift the car is very much smaller in size. Third advantage is it's simple in design. Next, it provides ample mechanical advantage. For example, 10 kilonewton of the load can be lifted by just applying a force of 200 Newton. So by applying 200 Newton, we can lift a load of approximately 10 kilonewtons. Hence we can say that it is giving us ample mechanical advantage. Next and the most important advantage is it is embedded with self-locking property. What is self-locking property? We will see at the later stage. And lastly, it is of very low cost. Let us go through the disadvantages of power screws. The first disadvantage is it has very poor efficiency. Hence, it cannot be used for continuous power transmission. Other disadvantage is it causes high friction in threads, which in turn cause the rapid wear of screw and nut. Let us now go through the various terminologies of power screw. First terminology is the pitch. It is denoted by small letter P and is defined as the distance measured parallel to the axis of the screw from one point on the thread to corresponding point on the adjacent thread. Next terminology is the lead. It is denoted by small l and is defined as the distance measured in the direction parallel to the axis of the screw which the nut advances in one revolution of the screw. For a single threaded screw, lead will be equal to the pitch. That means it will travel a distance equal to pitch in one revolution. For a double threaded screw, this L will be equal to 2 pitch, and similarly if it is a triple threaded screw, then L will be equal to 3P. Third on the list is the nominal diameter and is denoted by small d. It is the largest diameter of the screw thread. So you can see the distance from extreme left of the thread to the extreme right of the thread is denoted by D, that is the nominal diameter of the screw. Next terminology is the core diameter. the distance from this point to this point is known as the core diameter and is denoted by dc. It is also the smallest diameter of the screw thread. Next terminology is dm, that is mean diameter. It is just an average of the nominal diameter d and core diameter dc. Hence we can write dm is equal to d plus dc divided by 2. Next terminology is the helix angle or the lead angle. Helix angle or the lead angle is denoted by a letter alpha. It is defined as the angle made by the helix in the plane perpendicular to the axis of the bolts. To determine this angle alpha, let us imagine one thread of this screw is unwound and developed as shown in the figure. From this figure we can write tan of alpha is equal to opposite, that is L, divided by adjacent, that is pi multiplied by dm. This pi dm is the circumference taken with the mean diameter. Previously we have seen that the lead L is equal to the pitch for a single threaded screw. Hence, replacing this L by P, I will get tan alpha is equal to pitch divided by pi multiplied by dm. From this relation we can find out the helix angle alpha as alpha is equal to tan inverse of P divided by pi multiplied by dm. Please note that this relation tan inverse of P divided by pi dm is valid only for single threaded screw. For other than single threaded screw, we will use this formula as alpha is equal to tan inverse of L divided by pi dm, that is lead divided by circumference.